Be sure to subscribe and click on the bell for notifications on future uploads. Hello everyone, Simon Bard here, or you can call me Sully. It's Earth Day, and I'm reviewing two movies from Warner Brothers for their 100th anniversary. Both are directed by George Miller, both are Penguin movies, both are 3D movies, and both are environmental movies. The last three topics being all the rage from the start, only to dwindle in the latter half. And they are the Happy Feet movies. Happy Feet, released on November 17, 2006, is a film that's surprisingly boring and somewhat forgettable, with nothing characters, an uninteresting story, and okay animation and effects. Set in Antarctica, the emperor penguins sing to gain a mate since they were born to sing. But one penguin named Mumble can't sing due to his father Memphis losing Mumble once as an egg. Yet Mumble can only dance, or rather tap dance, and the other penguins, including the mayor Noah the Great, turn against him, except for Gloria, who loves Mumble for who he is. And though Mumble becomes a misfit leaving Emperorland, he meets a group of Adelie penguins, known as the Amigos, one named Ramon, who befriends Mumble and decide to live together. But Mumble comes across things left by humans, or known as aliens to the penguins, and after questioning the rockhopper guru named Lovelace, Mumble travels to find the aliens as fish are disappearing, leaving the penguin nation into famine. I once saw this film once a long while ago on DVD, and I didn't enjoy it then, as, while there's a small handful of moments I remember, a whole bunch of it left me unimpressed, from dialogue that's often too rushed, jokes that didn't make me laugh, a victim blaming towards Mumble for the missing fish that seemed out of nowhere and unnecessary, and being an environmental film on a damaging ecosystem that felt like a footnote to how forgettable this is. And this was a 3D movie at the time of its release, one that took as much advantage of it as Spy Kids 3D Game Over that seemed pointless now and yet not as fun. Characters reaching towards the camera almost too often, Lovelace bumping into the camera, yeah, he's a bit of a fourth wall character as he's also the narrator, even to addressing the audience, and the end credits going in an upward angle. There's some live action in this animated film, but unlike WALL-E, where the human characters are just a small portion as they're animated throughout, the humans here are all live action, and given little to no dialogue. Not surprising as this is George Miller's first animated film, yet he could have gone all out. There's elephant seals that are Australian, Adelie penguins that have Spanish accents, and then there's the all-star cast which didn't grab me as much. Elijah Wood, Nicole Kidman, Brittany Murphy, Hugh Jackman, Hugo Weaving doing a Scottish brogue, and Robin Williams in a duo role. But overall, this film didn't give me much to work with. I never understood the appeal this movie gave like many of George Miller's work, and being a jukebox musical as well, the songs are as forgettable as the film itself, and not quite as good. I would say it has effort for its animation, effects, and a couple of memorable bits, but I say The Pebble and the Penguin is a far better and memorable film than this.
2.5 minus, or 2 Bugs Bunnies.
Happy Feet 2, though, released on November 18, 2011, is a sequel that's about the same as the first film for me, yet it's bland and nothing with the same nothing characters, a lackluster story, and the same okay effects and animation. In Emperorland, Mumble and Gloria live together and have a son named Eric, who feels left out for not getting into dancing. But he and two of his friends follow Ramon to Adelie Land, where Lovelace welcomes a puffin, mistaken for a flying penguin, named Sev, who claims to bring joy, leaving Ramon jealous of Sev for taking his attention. And once Mumble finds Eric and the others to head back and soon rescuing an elephant seal named Byron the Beachmaster, the penguins find Emperorland to be closed off by an iceberg, blocking the penguins from the ocean and being too high to reach up or down, leaving Mumble and the others to help feed the Emperor's fish and hopefully find a way to get them out. All the while, two Krills named Will and Bill go out exploring the ocean away from their swarm, as Will is the only one who wants more out of life. Unlike the first film that has a bit of a plot going on, this one feels like what I've fought with the original, in that it's plotless, or lack thereof. Not to mention the scenes with the Krill are basically used as minuscule plot devices to keep the film going, make a couple of lame puns with their names and Krill, offer a neat visual or two, are completely interchangeable with the actors voicing them, yet felt entirely pointless otherwise, as they don't interact with the other characters or play a bigger part in the story. But my criticisms of the first film remain the same here. The use of 3D moments that mean nothing, the dialogue that felt rushed in places, the environmental issues are played less and aren't as big of a focus, the humans are used as much as the environmental themes, yet they have no dialogue, the songs for being a jukebox musical, except for a couple of original songs, weren't as interesting, and that goes for the original songs as well. There's moments in the story that go nowhere. And did Gloria forget about having a husband and kids of her own after Mumble kept her away from going on his journey in the first film? Well, at least in this film and the end of the last film, yes. And there's the all-star cast that didn't grab me as well, with the only returning actors being Elijah Wood and Robin Williams.
Oh, and Hugo Weaving, but in a small role.
Yet there's Pink voicing Gloria this time, Hank Azaria doing Bartok with a Scandinavian accent, Brad Pitt and Matt Damon, Sofia Vergara, and Common. And overall, this sequel is as uninteresting as the first film, yet also kind of pointless and plotless. But seeing as how this wasn't as beloved as the first film for most, I wasn't disappointed with what I saw, and I was expecting to like this after the first, as I tend to like stuff that most people don't, but in the end, it's just as lame as its predecessor.
2.5 minus, or 2 Bugs Bunnies.
And that is it. So thank you for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Facebook or X, support me on Patreon, and until next time for a new video. And have a happy Earth Day.